I mean, come on, that's just phenomenal.
So good morning. We made our first night on the property. No issues. Super excited. Slept great. Got a beautiful day ahead of us right now. It's a little windy, and I probably don't even need the hoodie, but when you stand in the shade, it's still a little cool. Sun's out, beautiful. I mean, just how much gooder does that get? So this morning we're gonna go ahead and work on some more projects in the tiny house. We met our goal of getting the camper here on the property and having all of our stuff, and so now it's switch over, work on the tiny house, get that going and ready. Jake's patiently eager to get into the tiny house, so we're gonna start with the loft section, try to get that all buttoned up. We got to seal off the gable ends, kind of show that when we get in there. But first things first is, thought I'd walk you through a little experience of what things are like right now around here without having the shop and being able to put things out. I mean, we've got things split between this and that, and we've got it here. There's stuff. It's in one place-ish. So this is the kind of fun that we have. The air compressor yesterday decided, and it's a million years old, so how it survived this long is the great debate question. We do have plans of upgrading and getting a bigger one and stuff like that, but for right now, hey, use what you got. No sense in going to spend a ton of money on, you know, just a few repairs. So this is what it's like, though. We come in, we have the hot mess. We did be able to use the wagon, so, you know, Aunt Willow, make sure Uncle Jerry knows that thing's getting used and it's handy. And I do have a tire that keeps going low, but it just pulls harder. But we can load a lot of things up and then it stays under the shelter. But I mean, it's a mess. But then I have to come through and, you know, you find treasure boxes of, hey, this goes in the garage, this is a shop. And then you dig around and you find, what do you need? Well, I need a little hose clamp. That's about as little as I can find right now. But this is our daily fun most of the time is, I know I have this, but where's it at? And this is a tote that I've had lugging around for years just because it was convenient. And naturally, this hose clamp is really too big for what I need, but it's gonna work. Okay, so that worked. Not that you'll notice in this, but we did stop the video again. We had to loosen them top two screws again, and the clamp, which I was able, once it was sitting on the base, to get it on the outside, and had to get an actual nut driver to clamp her down. But she runs all the way up to the 135, and of course I turned it back down to about 110-ish. That's probably even more than what we need for the air nailer, but we like to really sink those nails in. So our project going along though is, kind of mentioned it earlier, but right now Jake went through, and when we redid the floor up there, we didn't have these stabilizers, and it just allowed a little too much flex that we didn't like up there. So got those put in. We've got 3 more. We've got to go here, but that's yesterday evening when our air compressor decided to take a poopy. But one of the things that we've got to finish is, I'll aim it up that way, but if you see, daylight comes in on the eaves, so we'll get these last 3 in, then we're gonna start cutting boards to get those filled in. We figured out how we're gonna do the ceiling. What we've got is some of this 1/2-inch foam board, and then we're gonna use the fiberglass band insulation over top of it. But this still allows us, because it is a metal roof and you're gonna have the condensation when it's hot, cold, that kind of stuff. So we need like a vapor barrier. But by doing this, if you look up, so the purring strips from the original roof, and then that leaves a gap for air to run through. These are going up just to sit on those. So we have that air gap right there. And then what we're gonna do about the box ends is, I'll use my little scrap 2x4, is we'll cut 2x4s to go in there, nail those in, and then we'll come back, and anywhere we see pretty much all these edges, we'll go ahead and spray foam it. So the condensation can stay up on the roof side. And this insulation, I actually ran it a little long past the wall, not fully into the eave, but almost out to the eave. It's just inside the outer wall. That'll run there. Kind of same deal up here, is it runs just a little bit. That way anything that does build up on the eave up there can roll down the metal, roll down this, and if we do the spray foam, it stays sealed, and then we'll have our bad insulation. So
hey, and let them know that all this insulation we got on the 75% off call cart at Home Depot. So we literally paid a couple dollars a sheet for all of this. So another bargain find.
Right, and this was a bargain find that we got up north when we were still in Michigan. Wasn't looking for insulation board that day, seen it on the call cart and said, yes, we're gonna buy it. And we were able to do the well house, that well house shed we did with insulation, this insulation board, and there was a couple other projects I think we did up north that we used some of this same board. So we've only got a little bit, probably only enough to do maybe half this roof up here, and then we're gonna have to go buy some, but saving a penny everywhere we can. We have our insulation board, end cap. Board runs all the way up, and then end cap. We've got them all done up all the way across. Still some gaps, but that'll be fine, because what we're gonna do is come through with spray foam, and this gap, instead of trying to fight to get stuff up in there, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and go up in there, fill that cavity with spray foam, or up by the metal. I'll just get some spray foam in there, seal that, because if I don't seal it, this is right where the wall covering, it'll be inside the wall, so that whole area really needs to be sealed. And then we'll take care of all the other gaps that you see with daylight with spray foam, and then I'll hit all these edges, and then that way it's nice and sealed. But that's where we're at for right now.
Okay, so now that we're back working on the tiny house, it's time to pull some more shenanigans. So Jason's bringing her on the tractor because we still have one more window to put in, which means I have to get behind the wheel of the tractor and lift my husband up. Hi.
pretty good day. We have a window and we have insulation in the ceiling. We're still gonna do bad insulation, but we went through all the seams, got it all spray foamed. Jake's gonna be able to fire up air conditioning in here and have it as a meat locker.
A heater.
So we got around all the doors and windows. They're doing the downstairs ones now. I was just doing a walkthrough up here and we got that all capped off. These spots, in case anybody wonders, so there was, you know, holes where the critters ate through the plywood, and we know we're putting other siding on the outside, so just as an extra barrier, we felt better to go ahead and use some foam board that we pulled out of this building anyways and cover those holes. But spray foaming, yeah, it's a messy job.
All right, so while the guys are wrapping up in the tiny house, I have a few more bargains to go over with you guys. So the day that we were supposed to go get that massive haul of bargain stuff when the truck broke down, the guy ended up messaging me and said that the people that came didn't take everything, and would we be interested in a few of those items. What do you got? So they did not take the shower unit. So it's a 2-piece shower unit and none of it's cracked. It's dirty, but it's all good. And it also has doors, which I'm going to be modifying the doors slightly, but it's a nice big shower, right? So he gave that to me for 50 bucks. Can't beat that. Which actually then leaves my other bargain shower pan available for my outside shower. So that's going to be really, really cool. I've always wanted an outdoor shower, so I'm going to get it now, and I'm going to be able to use this one that I had gotten, if you remember from the other bargain video. So no, one of the other projects that I'm going to be working on as time allows and as we get situated here is I want a lot of little different cabins in different styles on the property, whether they're Airbnbs or whatever. But one of them that I absolutely want is Nana's Cottage. And that'll be a place where I want the grandkids to remember really cool things about Nana's Cottage. And I will be doing that one with white picket fence, kind of a shabby chic meets Victorian style, a lot of white. So while we were at that guy's house, I spied these. Look at those. Those are just great. Not only that, there's, I think 8, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 8 of them. So how cute. And of course they need cleaned up and stuff. So I got 8 of those. And then I saw this basket, which it's just a regular metal basket, but whether I put little towels in here or whether you use it for tinder for the bonfires, you know, I don't know, but I got that. And then there was this really large, cool hanging light. It's a little wet right now. Okay, I can't hold it up. That's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna have to move it though because there's water. But really cool hanging light, really heavy too. So he gave me the light, all of the, I don't know what you call these, gingerbread rickracs or whatever they are. I just know they're really adorable. And the basket for 20 bucks. So I know these are not cheap. I didn't really ever price them, so I'm not sure exactly how much these are, but I know they're not super cheap. So those were some of my bargains that we ended up getting from that guy that, you know, we ended up having to stand up because our truck broke down. So, but a few more bargains. We haven't really had an opportunity to do any more bargain hunting. We were too focused on getting everything situated to get here to the property. So that is a little bit where we're at. So we've shifted gears and obviously really hitting it hard on that tiny house now. So Jacob can get off the couch and actually get a good night's sleep. So, but that's all we have for now. Good morning from the ridge. It's super early, but this will be our view out our dining room, kitchen, living area every morning. I mean, come on, that's just phenomenal. The sky is just lit up. Just pure beauty. And I'm sure the camera just does not do it justice. So grateful to be here.
Good morning from the tiny house. Look, we started him early. He's not even moved in and we're making him clean already. Sad part is, this is the second time he's cleaned it up for us to just make a mess. But that's construction, right? We're supposed to make things messy and then clean them back up. But everything's set overnight. All of our spray foam, we already went ahead before we fired the camera up and we trimmed our edges. We're wall board, meet ceiling board, and that kind of stuff. So right now we're just working on getting this big pile of stuff cleaned up, clear our pathway, then we'll hit it, all these little crevices and everything with the shop vac, and then it's insulation. Jake and I are gonna work up here on this stuff. Mama Bear down there, where'd she go? There she is. She's gonna be down there and start putting them in the wall. So we should, by the end of the day, have everything insulated. And yeah, that's where we're gonna go. So see you in a bit. Okay, we have the upper part done. Yes, that one's only getting foam board because there was extra 2x4s in that space and there's not enough room for the insulation. So instead of fighting wood to go over it, we're just gonna leave it like it is. It'll be fine. But we've... Well, we'll have to edit that out.
Sorry.
What?
Moth. Get out.
Somebody likes the F word. So, yeah, the whole upper part up here, the loft, even up on this back side, is done. Coming down the ladder. Old Mama Bear's been busy.
Oh.
We got this wall we're kind of leaving because that's where we're gonna knock out to go make the extra bathroom, and now it's pieces that we have to kind of rip down because they're smaller cavities.
I'll have that cavity here.
And then up here, and then we bought more foam board, so we're gonna do this upper like we did the upper of the loft, put foam board on it, and then we'll put insulation as it goes along. So
All on the outside ones.
Well, I see a little hole. I see sunshine.
So we need silicone in that hole.
Oh,
Silicone.
you're talking about
Right
one
there's
that's
the
above
fix.
Jason?
Yeah.
That right there will fix it perfect.
What, the duct tape?
There's a hole
Yep.
right above Jason. Hi.
Jake thinks he needs stairs. We're thinking the ladder works perfect. I mean, we're gonna take that one out. Maybe we'll just put the original back in for him. And
Nah, it's getting steps because I fall, and I fall a lot. And when I fall, I break things. And we can't afford to have me out of commission.
I got
okay,
a tinkle.
that's what we got. Okay, so as you can see, and we'll try it this way. We'll get everybody dizzy. We went with a little bit different foam board here. Not recommended for that style. The other double silverback stuff, way easier to cut and a lot more rigid, but that's what it had when I went to Lowe's. Should have went to Home Depot, but we got those corners sealed in, so this roof is now officially sealed from the inside. All the insulation, everything's in up there. We've got just about everything in over here. This wall, like I said earlier, was the doorway going to the bathroom addition is going to go there. And those three we could fill, but the 2x4s to build that addition are in the way. So we're back to a hot mess in here. That's always fun. But yeah, all these walls and some of the spots we duct taped the seams just to hold it. So we think we got done what we're gonna get done on this. We want to let this spray foam probably hold for at least 24 hours, get fully expanded. Probably should read the can and figure out how long it's supposed to take, but nah, we'll just give it 24 hours. We got a couple other projects to work on the back of the truck's pretty full, so we'll get our stuff cleaned up out here and try to get the truck unloaded and get it ready for our next supply adventure. I'm not sure what we need to go get, but I know they're calling for some rain, so we're gonna clean things up around here. But just another wonderful view of what Jake will be seeing from the tiny house. I mean, it'll be even gooder once we get the trees cleared from out back there. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up our mess, get our trash cleaned up and added to the trash pile. We're gonna have to do a dump run here real soon. So we'll see you on the next one.